Everyone. My name is Alfred Dei-Ampeh, and like listed earlier on, I graduated from Augustana College in 2019. I'm from Ghana in West Africa, and I studied biochemistry and free medicine with minors in math and chemistry. And I think I had a very good experience at Augustana College. I remember leaving Ghana in 2015. I came by myself. I just had two cheesecakes. Um, I got lost at some point, and all over the school they were like, "Where is Alfred? Where is Alfred?" But I eventually found my way to school, so that was a very good thing. And once I got to Augie, I was able to make good friends. Um, I formed good relationships with my professors, and that was extremely helpful. And I think I'm here today because of what Augustana College gave to me. So hopefully by the end of the discussion, you get to know why I chose Augustana College and why you should hopefully also decide to come there. And I'm hopeful that you get a similar experience, and it would even be better than what I had because the school had grown over the years. So, well, let's see how everything goes.
Thank you, Alfred. Like I remember, like back when you were in the shoes of these students, like you were about to come to Augustana. I was your counselor,
Right.
and you were coming, and your heart was set on becoming a doctor.
Yes, ma'am. Yeah, I wanted to do it. Yeah. And
So
that had been like a childhood dream of wanting to become a doctor. And prior to coming to the United States, I gained admission to a medical school in Hungary. So my dad was like, he would like me to come to the US because the United States would offer me more opportunity than I'll get in Hungary. Then I think the day that I arrived in the United States, I got two phone calls from two medical schools in Ghana that they wanted me to come and interview, but I had already left to the United States. So I knew that coming to the US was going to be a huge blessing for me because here they have a lot of resources, they have the best doctors here. And I felt like if I could come here and be trained into a medical doctor, I could go back home and help improve upon what we already have. Because if I stay in Ghana, we all know of A. But if I come to the US, I can learn of B, go back home, and help expand what we have. So that's why I felt like coming to the US was very important. And I really wanted to become a doctor because we don't have a lot of doctors back home. And I felt like if I could become one, I could help train more doctors. So that was one of the main reasons why I wanted to become a medical doctor in the first place. And coming to the US was a huge blessing to me.
yeah, and I know that that's actually pretty scary for a lot of students to like say like, okay, I want to be a doctor, but I want to be a doctor back in my home country, but I'm going to get my education in the US. Like how would you, what's your recommendation for those students who want to be doctors back in their countries, in Kazakhstan, India, Ethiopia, Morocco? You know, what are those perks of going to a liberal arts college and studying pre-medicine?
I think going to a liberal arts college is like the best decision I ever made in terms of my college like my college experience. Because compared to my friends who didn't go to a liberal arts college, I was able to take like classes that found like a wide field. Like I could take a religion class, a philosophy class, art class, literature classes, and so all these things gave me like a wide perspective of what is out there. So now when I'm engaging people, I'm more confident than I would have been if I had yet gone to any other school. So I felt like the liberal arts education really equipped me for what I'll be doing in the near future. So if I go back to Ghana, I'm going to be able to engage like different people who are coming from different fields. Because in the medical world, it's not just sciences that you'll be working with. You're going to work with, say, an epidemiologist, a social worker. I need to learn how to meet those people from where they are coming from. Like I need to meet them at where they are at. And thanks to my liberal arts education, I know of sociology. I know what to say to them. So I can meet them so the patients will feel comfortable to tell me what is wrong with them. So in a nutshell, I think that the liberal arts education was extremely helpful, and it made me feel more confident that if I return back to Ghana, I'm going to do a very good job than I would have done if I had just gone into, say, a school that would just teach me the sciences without me knowing about, say, the humanities, because I need the humanities to better relate to the patient.
That is such a powerful message because I also agree that a lot of times I'm talking to international students who want to be doctors and they think, oh, I just need to study sciences, 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 but you're working with people. And when you're working with people, you need to understand all those things that you were saying. Like you have to understand their background, their religion, what do they eat? All of that impacts your health. So you being more well-rounded has made you better, right?
Yes, ma'am. And even just to add one more thing, even for the MCAT, the medical school entrance exam, it is looking for like world like not just like the sciences. They want a student who is well rounded, who had knowledge of the humanities as well. So like for the MCAT, we have four sections. We have the critical reasoning. And the critical reasoning will require you to read 9 passages from different fields. It could come from philosophy, it could come from religion, it could come from literature. So going to a liberal arts school prepares you for those like passages that you'll be required to read. And you're going to read it in a limited time frame. So you're going to have like 4 years of being exposed to all these fields. So hopefully by the time you take the exam, you'll be better prepared to do the best you can do. So that is one section of the MCAT. And you also have like one on sociology and psychology. That is something you learn in the liberal arts college. So once again, going to a liberal arts college also prepares you for the exam, and that would hopefully get you into medical school.
Wow, I guess I didn't realize that, Alfred. And for those of you who do not know this, like the MCAT is the examination that you have to take in the United States to get into medical school. And Alfred, do you want to tell the students a little bit about the experience with the MCAT, the dreadful MCAT? And that's news to me. I didn't realize that they were in all these different subject areas, and it actually probably put you at an advantage to have exposure to all those subjects.
Right. And I would say that is like the scariest exam you take in your life, like for the MCAT, because that is like the make or break point. If you don't make it, you will never get into medical school. If you make it, you will definitely get into medical school.
How tough is that exam?
It is like about a 7-hour exam. Just like you have, it's gonna be like, so we have 4 sections, and so you sit in for 1 hour 30 minutes. You start with the chemistry and physics, and it's not just like what is this, what is that, then you do it. No, you are given passages. You have to read a passage and a specified time frame, understand it, and apply it to the problems you have. So you read it, this person has done an experiment, they think A and B is happening. Okay, so this is what I think. So now let me read the answer, the options I have. Then I think, well, B is the correct one based on what I've read. So as you read, you have to apply all the chemistry and physics you've learned over, say, the 4 years of being in college. Then once you finish with that section, that is like 90 minutes. You have like a 10-minute break. Then you go back for the critical reasoning. That is you reading like 9 passages in, I think, 90 minutes. So 9 passages in 90 minutes. And these passages come from different fields. You have some coming from philosophy, some coming from sociology, psychology, religion, and so on and so forth. So you have to finish everything within 90 minutes. You complete the 9 passages. Then you answer about 53 questions. Then after that, you have like about, I think, a 30-minute break. Then you go back to do the biology and biochemistry. And that also, you have to read passages. I think about 10 of them. You read them. You also have these quiz questions that will just ask you like some facts you've learned from your physiology class, your cell biology, your genetics class. You have to know all those things. Then you have like.
Can I ask you real quick about that? Like you said, like cell biology, all these things.
Right.
Did you take those classes at Augustana? Like what you saw on the test, did you have those classes in your undergraduate degree? And if you can talk about specifically some of those core classes that you took at Augie that you think that were super helpful in taking this exam.
Augie have like, they have a lot of classes you can take to better prepare you for the exam. I also biochemistry major and a pre-medicine major, but even if you're not a biochemistry major, you can still take those biochemistry classes you need. So taking biochemistry, human physiology, human anatomy, organic chemistry, general chemistry, and physics, all these classes prepared me for the exam. And the way the professors teach is, they just don't want you to memorize stuff. They want you to apply it. And that is what the MCAT is all about. It's not about how you can memorize stuff. It's about how you can apply it. And the professors at Augie are going to push you to think about what you learn. So as you take those classes, it better prepares you for the exam. So when you get there, with a little practice, everything should go well for you. Yeah.
That's really important that you say that, because, you know, I travel a lot visiting different high schools and across the globe, and a lot of the high schools focus, and maybe this has been some of your experience in some of your classes back in Ghana, is that it's memorization, regurgitation, like memorize, and that's how the exams are in high school. And then you go to college, and then now you're going to into medical school. Like, it just doesn't work that way. It doesn't matter if you memorize everything. It's like, how are you going to use that information, right?
Right. Because at the end of the day, I think it makes sense. Because at the end of the day, when you see the patient, you're not just going to like memorize, oh, so the patient is having headache, so this, that. No, you have to consider everything so you can come to like the right conclusion and give the patient the right medication he or she needs, so you can save a life and not lose a life. So I think it is very important. The application side is very, very important.
Can you talk about that moment, like some of your best moments at your time at Augustana? Like, I know you have such strong relationships with the faculty at Augustana because they always say how wonderful and great you are. I think that that's something so special to Augustana, like, because it's a smaller classroom, you really get to know the professors in a personal way.
Right.
Can you talk about some of those experience, those relationships?
Um, yeah, okay. So when I came, I was by myself. Like, I just left Ghana. I didn't have any relative here. And coming to the US, my professors were very kind. They would be asking me, what do I need? Sometimes they would want to invite me over to their house to dine with them if I want to. And even if it's very cold, they ask me, do I have like winter coat? Do I have the scarves and everything? And I'm like, oh, sometimes I'm too shy to even ask them. But with time, as I got to know them, it was easy for me to reach out to them. They were like good friends of mine. If something is bothering me, I can go and talk to them. That, oh, this is wrong with me. Then they would advise me. And I remember in my senior year, the two of my chemistry professors, they were like mothers to me. They were always on me. Make sure I have to sleep. Make sure that I'm sleeping. Then I'm doing my best in class. So I think that was very helpful. And I think that wouldn't be possible if I had gone to a big university. But there, the professor is seeing, you wouldn't even get to meet the professors. You meet like the teaching assistants. But here at Augie, because it is small, you get to meet the professors. Those who have a lot of experience, they are there to guide you, so you be a better person. And so I, for one, I was a biochemistry major, so I was usually around my biochemistry professors. And they were very kind to me. I did research with them. They gave me advice on what I should do so I can be a better applicant when I want to go to medical school. And and also as I did research with them, I got more experience, and that helped me to like find outside research experience. So like thankfully, um, the summer leading to my junior year, I had an internship off campus, and the summer leading to my senior year, I also had an internship. So I didn't have to struggle. It was easy for me. And and I think that is very important because I'm not a US citizen. And all those internships I was competing for were for like they were selecting the best of the best US citizens. So then it means going to a small liberal arts college helped me get good letter of recommendation. It helped me get like good education so that when I'm applying, I ended up being like very competitive. And thankfully, I got into all those programs. And through those programs, I have a new job that I'm doing at the moment. I have it for 2 years. And had it not been for all those like off-campus research experience, that started with what I did with my professors, I wouldn't be here today. So I think going to a small liberal arts college is very important. You build meaningful relationships, and the professors can really talk about who you are as a student, who you are as a person, and not just like come up with stuff. So I think that is very, very important.
Wow. Yeah, I completely agree. And you know what? I will tell you that I think that so many international students overlook that, because when they're kind of shopping around for different pre-med programs, some of them will think, oh, let me go to a big, large university, and thinking that that's going to get them into the medical program. And the truth is like when you are in the mix of hundreds of students, it's hard to stand out. And like you said, you having gone to a smaller school, and for a professor, your professor being like, Alfred, you would be absolutely perfect. And because of that, I'm going to write this awesome recommendation letter for you. And because of all those things, like, you're doing awesome things now, you know?
Yeah, I totally agree with you. Yeah. And I would say if you can do it, I would rather go to a small place and leave like a big mark rather than go to a big place and have to struggle with all these students who are all competing for the like one or two spots, because everyone want the professor to know them. But if you're in this small liberal arts school, you can just like form good relationship with your professors, make sure you do the best you can, and they would always remember you. And I think it's going to send you to places. So if I would recommend anything, please try and go to a small liberal arts college. It helps a lot.
Yeah, I agree, because the other thing that sometimes international students forget, it's like, not only is pre-med one of the most challenging, rigorous programs that you can be in, but as an international student, you're juggling all the other things. Like, it's a new country, you're doing this, and many students are doing it in their second language, like you're navigating a new environment, like all of that is all in one. So having support systems in place, like if you're not mentally prepared and feeling well and happy, like there's no way you're going to be successful in the classroom.
You're right. I agree with you. Yeah, the support system is very, very important because the classes are hard. They are not easy. Like you have to take. I'm not saying the classes are hard everywhere. If you go to a big university, wherever you go, the classes there is nothing like an easy course in college. That's what I always tell myself. Everything is hard. Even the writing is hard. Everything is going to be hard. So if you have like a good support system whereby, say, if today you are sick, you can go and see your professor another time, so he or she can explain whatever you missed. Because getting the explanation from the professor is more important than you getting it from a TA. Because at the end of the day, I think the professor is going to set the question. So if you get it from the professor um, in person, that is very helpful. You better understand it. Because also the professor has more experience. So then you can do the best you can on the exam. Then you can better apply to, let's say in the near future, if you are taking the exam, because you have a good foundation in that specific subject, you can easily do all. But if you are not meeting the professor, but rather meeting a new TA who is just rotating, you wouldn't really appreciate the subject. And it's going to affect you in the near future. So I think the support system is very, very important. It really helped me. I don't think I would have made it without the support system I had. So it is very, very important. But you don't have your family, your relatives with you. You need your teachers to be around you. You need your friends. Yeah, I think the support systems are very, very helpful. Yeah, they are.
Alfred, I have a question from Sammy from India, and he's asking about percentage of students that get into graduate school. And I don't know if you know all the stats, but at least one thing I had seen at Augustana was, first off, if I can tell you anything, students, it's not only super difficult and challenging for American kids to get into medical school. I think the national standard is, I think, less than 45% of applicants actually get into medical school. Now, when you're looking at international students, like that probably shrinks even more because all the restrictions that medical programs have. Alfred, like I know Augustana has, in fact, I mean, a lot of domestic students specifically come to Augustana because we have a really good admission rate into medical schools. I think, Jen, correct me if I'm mistaken here, but I think it's around 64, 65%.
Yep, 65% compared to the national average, which is like 45.
So Augustana does an awesome job getting kids into medical school, but I don't want the students to misinterpret that, because like we're adding the domestic kids in. Can you talk about, like, first off, just some of the challenges for international students specifically wanting to go to medical school in the US? And then, like, you know, what advice do you have for them to try to navigate that?
Okay. So like Liz said earlier on, the process is challenging. And I think Jen also said the same thing. It is challenging for both domestic and international students, and it's even harder for international students. But that doesn't mean it's not possible. It is possible, but you have to take full responsibility of everything you do. No one is going to do it for you. You are leaving your country to come here for a reason. You want to be a doctor. So you have to maintain that focus. It is possible. You just have to like like for a small liberal arts college, you have the support system. The rest of it is going to fall on you. You keep up on the schoolwork. You make sure that you stand out. The thing is, you have a lot of applicants, thousands of applicants. They all want. Some schools have like say about 40. No, I think the average is like maybe 80 spots, and you have like thousands of students all fighting for that same spot. So now the key thing is, what am I going to do to stand out? If I'm just going to get a grade, then someone else is going to get a similar grade. Someone will finish with a 4.0 GPA. Why would they take an international student with a 4.0 GPA over a domestic student who also has a 4.0 GPA? So now I have to strategize. What can I do that this domestic student cannot do? Now I'm thinking of, I'm coming from India. Like, I'm the one who asked the question is from India. So I'm coming from India. What really pushed me to come to the US? Is it because of the money? Then no, I'm sorry. No, it's not going to work. Why? Because I saw something is missing in India. I think I can fill that gap. I think I am the one. So I'm coming. I have that story in mind. Once I'm in the US, I will not forget about India. I still have to form my connection. Oh, I have the friends there. I have started a little NGO. Oh, these people go talk to the sick. Oh, we need this, we need that. So when it comes to the application, I'm writing about all these things that I'm doing. The medical school, the panel know that, oh, I'm so connected to India. That means I didn't just come here to stay here. I have a connection that if I get this training, I'm going to go back. So that makes me unique compared to the other domestic students who have similar GPA, who also have like maybe similar extracurricular activities, like we are in the same club or we're taking these courses. But if I can do something different that all these other people cannot do, I think that is very important. So the grades are important. One, if you don't get a grade, you're not getting. That is one key thing. You have to get a grade. The grades are very important. And don't don't miss out on the fun parts of college because of like I'm like it's great, great, great. No, 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 no. It's not all about grade. You have to live a balanced life. And I know at some point I was wrestling with it. Initially, I was all about grades. I need to get a grade. I'm like it's very like competitive, and my parents are paying a lot of money. But yes, you need to also live a balanced life. Okay, so you make your schedule. Augustana College has a whole lot of resources to help you be a better student. If you want to be a better student, they are going to help you. They have like tutoring sessions. They have I don't know. They have one. I think Yendaho, director of student success. Yendaho, she's amazing. Like you can go and talk to her. She will help you be a better student than you were in high school. So like you just have to just strategize, and everything is going to fall on you. No one is going to do it for you because there are a lot of people who want to do the same thing. But if you reach out to the professor, they will help you. I remember one thing a professor told me when I came to Augustana College. When I came, I had a list of the medical schools I want to go to, and he told me that they will do everything they can to help me, but it all depends on me. Do I really want to go? So if I really want to go, then yes, they are going to help me. But if I don't want to go, then no one can force me. So everything is going to depend on you. The opportunities are there. And another thing I want to tell you is medical school in the US is very expensive. So you have to like carefully assess everything. Do I think my family can support me? In my situation, I know my parents cannot pay the fees. So what I know I have to do is I have to be the best of the best. I need to get a full ride to medical school. That's what I've told myself. If I can't get a full ride, I'm not going to medical school. It's just expensive. It's like $100,000. Who's going to give me that money? It's not possible. So you have to be well. Where am I coming from? What can my parents use to support me? But there are opportunities for you to get full scholarship to medical school. And for medical schools, when they are accepting students, they don't look at your ability to pay. They want to make sure that you really want to become a doctor. They are going to give you the opportunity. Then once you get in, then they'll look into the financial aid and everything. But just make sure that you know where you're coming from. Do I think my parents can support me? If my parents can support me, okay, then I don't have to be the best student they can ever see. Then at the end of the day, I know I need to go back to my parents to ask for help. But if you know that you have nothing, and it's all about the books you have to study and you being a unique applicant, then you have to set those priorities right before you start, right before you get in, so you can stay on track and do the very best you can. Once you get the grade, once you do the best you can do, you will definitely get into a program. There are different options for you. You don't have to just, I think I would say between 10 to 15 programs that will give you a full right to be a doctor. And there are also opportunities for you to do like a combined program whereby you'll be trained to be a doctor and also a scientist. That is called a physician scientist program. And there are a lot of them in the United States. And I think every school usually takes between 1 to 2 international students. So, and that is very helpful. And another advantage of that program is that when you get in, whilst you are in school, you are being paid a stipend. So you're making money whilst you're being taught, and you're not even paying anything to go to school. So that is very good. That is what I'm aiming for at the moment. So once you get in, every month they give you a stipend, everything is paid for. So all that you have to do is just study, just be a doctor, and go out into the world and help people. So there are a lot of opportunities out there. You just have to believe in yourself, make sure you know why you are coming here, be focused, get the help that is available, and just do the best you can do. It will work out. So there are opportunities out there.
Alfred, I think one of the key points that I think that probably might be shocking to some of the students is that, wow, it's not just the GPA. Like, I talk to so many prospective students and they say, the question I get is, hey Liz, what GPA do I need to get in pre-med to get into medical school? And you saying, no, it doesn't work that way. Sorry guys, like US medical schools want your story. And I think it has to be more than like the number one answer that I hear from students. Why do you want to be a doctor? They say, I want to help people. Well, that's too generic. And you need to find specifically what is your story? Like, how do you plan to make a difference and impact? And hopefully they can discover that in their undergraduate program, right?
Right. Yeah, I totally agree with you because whoever is going to read the application, there are thousands of them. So if everyone says, I love to help people, I love to help people, well, how do I distinguish between them? Because person A, B, and C all have 4.0 GPA. Person A, B, and C all have 3.5 GPA. So now, how do I find out who really want to become a doctor? It boils down to your personal statement. So like for my story, it is about a friend. Initially, my story was too broad. So I showed it to a lot of people and they told me that I have to be specific. I have to just focus on one thing I want to go in and fix. So my story now is about a friend. It's about my experience when I was growing up in Ghana. My family we had nurses. My auntie is a midwife. My grandparents, when you are sick, they just give you herbal medicine. They try to treat you at home. So I'm like, this is what I grew up around. But one day my younger sister, she nearly died. At that point, the nurses could not help the patient, my sister. They needed someone who knows more than they do. So they had to go to see the doctor. So there I see that people can try to take care of the sick, but we need a doctor to help them do more than the nurses can do. So that is my story. And I know that I need to become a doctor so I can help people who are trying their best to save lives. So that story is unique to me. I have seen it, I can say it, and it's not just about me helping people. It goes more than me wanting to help people because I know I need to do this. Because if I don't do this, these nurses cannot take care of all the sick people. So you have to carefully sit down and draft your story. You can have something before you get to the United States, but as you volunteer in the hospital, as you shadow doctors, as you talk to friends, as you take like upper level biology classes, you more like change your story and it's going to be more convincing. So I would say just start with something before you get in. Then as you progress like throughout your college education, I think your story will be stronger. And I think like Liz said earlier on, it's more than you just wanting to help people. You have to be authentic, you have to have a true story. Yeah. And another thing I read from one of the medical school admission portal was that they want to know why you left your country. I think the reason why you left your country to the US is very, very important. So you have to make sure that your story is very convincing. So you think through it, you can always email me and I'll be more than happy to help out. If you ask Liz will show you how you can reach out to me. I can always help you. Because I know it is very important to get the help you need because without the help, you cannot do it. So if you ever want to share ideas with me, please feel free to ask Liz. She'll give you my contact details and you can reach out and I'll do my very best to help you. So the story like this
I'll be sure to share your contact with today's participants, because we know that, you know, navigating pre-med in the United States, and even when you go on the internet, there's just so much information, and every college tells you different things, so it can be super confusing. So I think there's nothing better than actually talking to a student who's like gone through the ups and downs of trying to figure out their life in America, figuring out their life as a pre-med major. I want to be making sure that all of you all too, inviting you, like I said, this is supposed to be interactive. And so if there's any questions and doubts, like what we're chatting about today seems confusing, please write those questions in the chat box. I also, before, I want to be respectful of your time today, Alfred. So I just wanted to ask you, like, does Augustana offer any type of like outside of classroom experiences that help you discover whether or not you want to study pre-med? Like, I don't know, any internships or study abroad or things that you did, like research opportunities that you thought were pretty cool and unique to your experience?
Yes, and I think that is one of the main reasons why I chose Augustana College, because Augie was going to give me like a $2 stipend that is free. I don't have to pay them back. So with that money, that means I could go out, fund myself, and do something just to explore the medical field to see if I really want to become a doctor. So I'm just so thankful to Augie, and I'm going to share what I got from Augie. So for the experience, the college is very close to a hospital, Unity Point Health. So I knew that on Saturdays, I gave myself like 4 hours to just walk to the hospital. It's like a 30-minute walk. Well, my friends are like, it's too long. But if you want to take the bus, you have the bus. It is free. You just hop onto the bus. You go to the hospital. You volunteer for like maybe at the end of, by the time I graduated, I had about, say, 500 hours of volunteering and shadowing.
Wow, 500 hours of volunteer work?
Yeah, and shadowing in the hospital. Yeah. So, and it is very close. The school is close to the hospital. So you can just go by bus. And it is free. Just show your student ID. Then just hop onto the bus. It is free. And if you volunteer, you also get the opportunity to win a scholarship. So I won a $1,000 scholarship through my volunteering experience in the hospital. So that is also a plus. I can add it to my application that, hey, I volunteered here. I did the best I could, and I won a scholarship too. And beside me volunteering in the hospital, I was able to shadow doctors. Augustana College had different programs that give you the opportunity to shadow doctors. So that is something you can use. And also when it comes to like, we have pre-health like clubs on campus that help you to navigate the process. And I'll be a little honest here. It favored the domestic students more because most of them are domestic students. So they tend to focus more on them. But I think we have like international student organizations on campus. So you can always reach out to them. They would help you. And because I'm always an Augie alum, so if you guys want to reach out to me, I'll be more than happy to help out. So now the international students have like more of like they have someone they can reach out to. But I think that in the near future, probably the pre-health more of like group will try to help the international students more. I think it's a work in progress. We're all doing better. So now I'm done. I can help. Soon, some people will come and join me, and we'll all be helping each other. So that can be taken care of. And also, you have like research opportunities. So the first research opportunity I had was through CORE. So CORE is like a department at Augie that helps develop like your career, help you develop your career goals. So one day I was there and I just received this email that, hey, Alfred, I want you to apply to this program. I was like, I wasn't sure if I would even get it. I was like, sure, I'm going to do it. And I got it and I was just so happy. And that was a very good experience. Initially, I just wanted to become a doctor. But through that experience, I realized that I want to do research to help find new drugs. Plus, I also take care of patients. So that helped me redefine what I wanted to be in the first place. So because of that experience, I decided to not just become a doctor. I want to do research and also take care of patients. So I had that experience. I also had the opportunity to do research with my professors on campus. So that prepared me for what I could do outside of the campus. Then when I came back, now I have more experience. So my professor was like, hey, I want you to work in the lab for me. So I worked with her for 2 years. And that is very important because whatever you do, the schools want to see that you maintain it for a very long time. They just they don't want people who just do this for, let's say, a few months, they leave it, they go and start another thing for a few months. No. So another advice I'll give to you is that if you come to Augie, try and stick to one or two things for a very long time, because that is very, very, like, at the end of the day, you can give a meaningful reflection on what happened rather than you just doing it for a short time frame. So that was something I could do. And now I also got another internship. I think the summer leading to my senior year. And that internship too was in a medical school. And that is where I am now. So once I finished with that internship and I graduated from college, and this is something I'll tell you. Earlier on, I said that you have to be very proactive. So when I had the internship, when I was there, I was making connections. I was talking to people. Hey, my name is Alfred. Hey, I want to do this. Hey, I want to do that. And through that, I met someone. She was like, look, when you finish college, you can come and work for me. And that was how I got this job for 2 years. And that is very helpful. So all that I'm trying to say is that there are a lot of opportunities at Augie. You just have to be very, very proactive. No one is going to beg you to do it. You just have to be on the lookout for all the things they have and just try and apply. Just believe in yourself and do the little you can, and everything is going to work out well for you. So that is what I have to say.
Alfred, like, honestly, that just like brings me back so many moments to your first year and thinking about, like, they obviously don't know this, but Alfred you were quieter in your first year. And I think one of the things that has been, like, I think a lot of international students go to college and you can be, people probably don't know this about me, but I was super shy as well. And sometimes it's not having the full confidence in yourself. And especially, like, you know, you're nervous going somewhere new, you don't know anybody, so you don't want to speak up in class. And like, I've heard so many stories from international students, like, you know, it can be nerve-wracking trying to figure this all out. And so seeing you grow into a leader that you are today is just honestly such an incredible thing to see. And so I congratulate you on that. Like, what a powerful message, guys. Like, do what Alfred did, like literally went and shook everybody's hand to make sure that he would land that job. So, like, you have to have confidence in yourself, right?
Yeah, and I think the nature of the liberal arts college is kind of like break the shell you might have been in before you came to college. Like Liz said, when I was coming to college, I was very shy. But in the classroom, you have to speak, because if you don't speak, you're going to lose points. You have something called like participating points. The professors want to see you like engaging with the material they are teaching you. So before you go to class, you have to read, you have to come with questions. When you're in the classroom, just raise your hand. Yes, you have an answer, but that is not, it doesn't matter. Just say what you want to say. The professors will do their best to understand you. And I think gradually I was able to break out of my shell. I'm too shy sometimes, but I think I'm better than I was before. And I'm hopeful that if you are shy like I was before, by the time you finish Augie, I think you'll be very outspoken, outgoing, and everything will be cool, yeah.
Well, I think it's like the thing was that you found your inner voice and you knew that what your passions were. The other thing that I find so inspiring about your story is that your plans change. And that's a message I hear from students all the time. It's like, you think that you're 17, 18 years old and you have like your whole life planned out ahead of you. Like, after I graduate, I'm gonna become a doctor. And after I get a doctor, I'm gonna go pay a lot of money. And, you know, sometimes life and experiences change, and you might discover, like you said, you realize, hey, I wanna be a doctor, but I also wanna do research. I wanna prevent, you know, illnesses. And like, sometimes students don't see the whole picture when they're 17 years old, you know? So I think that was a really cool message as well.
Right. Yeah. And like Liz is saying, please just don't define your future before you come here. Yes. I met someone who told me that in life you have to be flexible, because like the second research I did at Augie, to be honest, I didn't want to do it, because like, how am I going to apply this to my future? I didn't tell the professor, I just kept it to myself. But guess what happened? Today, what I'm doing here is the same thing. I'm just applying it to the human brain now. I'm like, So if I had missed out from that opportunity at Augie, I wouldn't have been prepared to do it. And I am the only one who know how to do that technique here. And it's just so amazing. So you have to be flexible in life. Whatever life takes you, just follow it, make the best out of it. You never know where you're going to need it again. But that doesn't mean you're going to disappoint your parents. Be honest with them. Be like, Mom, Dad, yes, I want to become a doctor. I'm going to do my best. I'm going to study, but I just want to see where life will take me. Just don't predefine everything, because if you just set your mind on one thing and it doesn't work out, it can affect you badly. So just be open-minded, keep that goal in mind, work hard towards it. If it is for you, it's going to work out. If it is not for you, maybe something else, something similar is what you really have to do. And by going into that field, you can make a huge impact to help the whole world. Yeah. So just be flexible.
Alfred, honestly, you've been so inspiring today. I am so grateful for you taking the time to chat with new students who are about to begin their journey of, you know, moving to the United States, studying their undergraduate programs. I want to be respect. I know you're at work right now, so thank you for kind of escaping today, hanging out with us. Any last words that you want to say to, you know, we have Mila, Sammy, Fevin, Ismail, Miriam, Dami, Lola, and Aya who are hanging out with us today. Like, any things that you want to say to them as they like move to the United States and begin their journey trying to discover their career path in the health profession?
Yeah, okay. So I would tell you that it reminds me of what someone told me while I was shadowing a cardiac electrophysiologist. So this doctor, I think he's from India, he told me that I'm very lucky. Not everyone get accepted into a college in the United States. You were chosen for a reason, because Augie believed in you. You have a potential. Not everyone receive a visa. You receive the visa for a reason. So you have the visa, you have a college admission. You are here for a reason. You have to believe in yourself, because there will be hard times. But if you believe in yourself, you're going to keep moving. Even if you fall, you have to rise and keep going. The other thing is, my faith helps me. I'm a Christian, and my faith helps me. My faith keeps me moving. So make sure that whatever faith you have, you hold on to it strongly. And also create a support system. Make friends, reach out to your family, be open. Don't just be a quiet person. Be willing to talk to people, talk to them, because you can't do it all by yourself. And finally, hard work. You're going to, it is a competition. It is a race. Just keep moving. Just do your best, but don't kill yourself, please. Just enjoy the process, do your best, and everything is going to pay off at the end of the day.
And ask for help. Like, so many students, sometimes I see that they're drowning and like in work and frustrated, like, I miss home and it's cold, and like, you know, you're going to go through those emotions that you're missing your family's celebrations and weddings and your birthdays. And so you have those days that are just feeling so terrible because you miss home so much. But like you said, you have to stay strong and have your eye on the goal. And you know, that's the powerful thing of a place like Augustana, that all these people care about you and get to know you on such a personal level that like your story becomes our story. And so it just like is super rewarding to know and watch the students grow.
Yeah, and one more thing. And I think over the years, the international student body has grown. So that is a plus to you guys. So the international students will be like a family to you. Within, like, my best friend from college was also an international student. She was from Zimbabwe, and the two of us were like very good friends. So I think you having international students around you, you're going to find someone hopefully from your country. Even if they are not from your country, you will get on very well with. The two of you will be very close friends. Make sure you don't isolate yourself from the international students, because they can better relate to you. And you also have domestic students who are eager to befriend you. So so I think the support system is out there. Just go for it and do the best you can do. Yeah.
Awesome. Alfred, thank you so much for taking the time to chat with us today and inspiring all the new students. Thank you guys so much for participating. Please be sure to reach out to me with any questions you have. I will be sure to pass around Alfred's contact. Thank you, Alfred. I like sharing your story. And everyone else, I hope you have a wonderful day. Stay healthy and safe, and we hope to see you at Augustana this fall. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.